Oh, hello there, folks. It's lovely to see you. So, thank you very much for popping over just to check out this wee recipe. And look at these bad boys, aren't they absolutely gorgeous? I was really chuffed at how these came out. This is the first time I've actually done the mince pies with the icing on top. I do make these every year, but I've never made iced mince pies before. And let me tell you, they're so easy to make, obviously, because we're not making our own pastry and the mincemeat is from a jar. You can literally do these in minutes. If like me, you're not a baker, we can all get to enjoy these wonderful festive treats. So this is the mincemeat that I'm using here. And I used about half of this jar, and it is just lovely. It's packed with flavour and all those Christmassy spices. It's just one of those wonderful things. Not for you, obviously, if you're going to be watching your calories, but hey, it's that time of year, and I think we all, deserve a wee treat. So this is the tin that I'm going to be using. This is going to give you 12 these, sort of smallish pies, but feel free to use whatever tin you prefer. I prefer the shallow tins because we don't like really chunky mince pies. We much prefer the wee shallow ones. So this is the tin that I'm using. And you're also going to need a cookie cutter as well. Just make sure that your cookie cutter is slightly bigger than, the wee compartments that you're using to make your pies. And this is the pastry that I'm using here. This is just Asda's own ready, pre-made, ready rolled, and this stuff is so good. It's always perfect. So you just want to go over your entire sheet of pastry and cut out as many pies as you like. Like I said, I'm going to be making 12. All of the ingredients that I'm using you will find in the show more box underneath this video. So there we go, nice and fast. I'll just speed this up for you. But look how easy this is. I mean, it does not get any easier than this. And these are fabulous with some nice warm custard. So to this, you want to add your mincemeat. Now, do not overfill these because I have made that mistake in the past and they can bubble over and make a big old mess. So I would not put any more than 2 teaspoons in each of these, obviously, because we're going to be putting icing on top. Put a wee bit less in than you think you need. So once you're happy, you just want to pop this into the oven. Put this into the middle of your oven. I've got a gas cooker, so I'm going to be using gas Mark 4, or if you're using a standard oven, 350F or 180C for about 15 to 20 minutes, just till they look something like this. Because your pastry is quite thin, it won't take too long to cook. And you just want a good bit of colour on these, but you don't want them burnt or black. And whilst mine are still in the tin, I just like to give them a wee twist to loosen them off a wee bit and pop them onto a wire rack to cool completely. You don't want to put your icing on while these are still warm. You do want them to cool down completely before you do your icing. And the icing is ever so simple. It's just some icing sugar with some milk, and I'm going to add a wee dash of almond flavouring. You want this quite thick, but you do want it still spreadable, for the top of your pies. Like I said, completely optional. You don't need to use any flavouring. I just think it gives it a nice sort of a Bakewell sort of flavour. So I like the almond flavouring. And just go ahead and pop your icing on top of your pies. That, again, so easy. It's complete idiot proof, this recipe. It really is. And you've also got the satisfaction, of knowing that you've done them yourself. And I really do think that makes them taste a wee bit nicer, if you have gone to the effort and made these yourself. Well, apart from the pastry, of course. And the last thing I'm going to do is pop on some wheat silver balls. And I also had some sugar snowflakes as well. I found them in the cupboard. I don't know how long they've been there, but they are just sugar. So they're absolutely fine. And like I said, I was super chuffed with the way these looked. Just beautiful. So mind and do let me know if you're going to give these a wee go. But just before I leave you, I wanted to say, as usual, a big thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, and also to the new channel members as well. I have added this wee section onto the back end of my videos now. I've had a few people saying, they were fed up hearing me. They were fed up hearing me going on about Patreon. So I'm just going to put your wee mention at the end of my videos now. So I hope you don't mind too much. And thank you all once again, guys. It does mean ever so much. And I'll be back later on, possibly tonight, but probably tomorrow with my wee Asda shopping haul. Then I'll be back on Sunday, as usual, with meals of the week. And I'm going to be doing a goose fat roast potato recipe next week because so many of you have asked for a roast potato recipe. So that's what I'm going to do. And that will fit in nicely with my festive food series. Festive food series. Oh my goodness, this year. So until I see you next, guys, or whenever you choose to join me again, do look after yourselves. And I'll see you of us soon back here on What's for Tea. Take care. Bye now.